I married my wife, Naomi, after only 1 year of dating. In hindsight, I realized that wasn't enough time to truly get to know each other before making such a big commitment. 3 years into our marriage, I decided to surprise her at work with flowers and takeout from her favorite restaurant. Upon arrival, I approached the receptionist desk and introduced myself as Naomi's husband. It was my first time visiting her at work, so none of her colleagues were familiar with my appearance. The receptionist's face held a look of shock, which was odd. She took an unusually long time to respond, making me wonder if there was something on my face. Eventually, she informed me that my wife had already left for lunch but would return shortly. I sat down in the lobby right next to the entrance of the building. The receptionist, Casey, was frantically texting on her phone. I couldn't help but notice a few women peeking around the reception desk and casually walking by, glancing at me or leaning in to whisper to Casey. Perhaps they were jealous that I had brought my wife flowers and good food. I felt like a great husband until I saw my wife strolling through the entrance, hand in hand with another man. She immediately let go of his hand and moved away from him. She was visibly upset. She quickly approached me while I slowly rose to my feet. She demanded to know why I was there. Stammering, I glanced at the 6 people watching us, 5 women and the man. The receptionist, Casey, finally spoke up, breaking the silence. "So you must be her husband?" she asked me. My wife covered her mouth, realizing the awkward situation we were in. "Yes, that's correct," I replied. The other man stormed out suddenly, and Naomi ran after him. What the actual fuck was going on? I attempted to follow her, but Casey and a group of women blocked my path. They revealed that 8 months ago, Naomi had introduced them to the man as her fiancé. The news was shocking and unsettling. I handed over the gifts and my contact information to Casey before stepping outside to search for my unfaithful wife. I found her in front of the building, speaking desperately to the man. She made it clear that she would leave me for him if he didn't doubt their feelings for one another. I interjected and assured them it wouldn't be necessary to make a choice. I would be filing for divorce and have all of her belongings ready outside for them to pick up. Naomi became agitated, pleading with me not to put her things outside because they were valuable and could get damaged or dirty. I was at a loss for words. She seemed more concerned about preserving her collection of Louis Vuitton handbags than our failing marriage. It suddenly hit me how naïve I had been to think everything was fine between us. Without another word, I got into my car and drove away, leaving her with the other man. The moment I arrived at my house, I immediately began throwing her belongings out of the second-story window. I called my mother and she rushed over to assist me. As she helped me toss Naomi's items out the window, she reassured me that this was not the end, but rather a fresh start that would bring new experiences and opportunities. Mom had a knack for choosing her words carefully, and I already felt better from her words. And I could have sworn I caught a small smile on her face when she thought I wasn't paying attention. She had never liked Naomi. The following day, my wife arrived at my house with her new fiancé, who drove a pickup truck. It was evident that they had underestimated the amount of possession she had, and I could see the concern in his eyes. Prior to this, he probably thought my wife was just a single woman without many belongings. Well, the reality is that she comes with a lot of baggage, champ. As he began loading the truck, Naomi soon gave up helping after breaking a nail and instead stood by, watching him work. My mom and I took on the task of cleaning up the house's interior. I had already changed the locks, which evidently angered Naomi when she attempted to use her key because she damaged the front porch when she realized she couldn't get into the house. But luckily, my Ring camera captured her little tantrum and destruction of property. Along with filing for divorce, I also submitted the camera footage to the police. She was charged with disorderly conduct, and it didn't take long for her employers to discover the incident. They were deeply disappointed and decided to let her go because they didn't want someone with that kind of behavior representing their company. Just a week after losing her job, her new man ended things with her. It took him some time to realize she wasn't worth keeping around. Naomi called me, crying as he tossed her belongings out of his house. She expressed her distress at having nowhere to turn and not knowing what to do. I responded by telling her that her situation was not my responsibility and advised her to sleep in her car if necessary. Despite Naomi's infidelity, I refused to let it consume me. Instead, I focused on moving forward and seeking the assistance and guidance I needed to overcome this hurdle. I know now that she was never even worth a damn to begin with, and I'm much better off without her in my life. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any thoughts or comments you'd like to share, please leave them below in the comment section. Have a great day.